Man, would you look at that thing over there, man? You already know what we're gonna be doing today. Trying to get down in that thing over there. A lot of them. I got a lot of ground to cover out here today. I got 2 plastic bags. This is not city creek hunting. It's country creek hunting. Get a load of this. Right where I try to enter this place. I got 2 grocery bags on me already. Is this a sign for today? Would you look at that thing? Is that Kroger? It is, man. This is 3. Is this going to be a sign that there's going to be a lot for us to recover? I bet it's just a sign for us to pick up the garbage. Watch. It's just a sign for us to pick up the garbage, man. Well, let me go ahead and make my way through this place. Let's hope they got some great designs that we've never seen before. Maybe a few points, I don't know. A lot of good things out in this place. That's kind of weird though. No pottery yet. Probably the longest gravel bar out here. At the moment, that is. Yeah, man. See, there's never any kind of solid ground in this creek. Maybe I should just jump up in the woods and go as far as I can and work my way backwards. It takes forever. No solid ground out here. I mean, even the drop down zones like this, you go in deep. And then you got the sandy zones that are like terraced upwards like this. And then you step in that thing, and that's going to be it. It's nice though, it's cool. I mean, if you had no shoes on, that's when it's all right. I mean, because it's like walking in like peanut butter. You're saying that's as unsafe as you could ever imagine. Look, I'm going almost up to the knees up in here, man. Dangerous. And the water's not even more than about 1.5 feet deep. Oh yeah, it's taking us. Oh, the things I do for ancient history. We're not even to the spot where you can see things. Except the fish. Of course it's deep. They got all the way down to the bedrock on this side right here, man. Look at that beautiful heavenly scene right there. Heavenly thing. Up to the upper thighs up in here, man. In the cold waters of early fall, look at that. Hope you like my little heavenly videos. Imagine how much more they would take us in if I hit the right spot, you know. Man, mesmerizing up in here. Still trying to hit this thing right. Unfortunately, it's already like 12. Yeah, here we go. Where the sand's back up. I just went in about above the ankles in silt. See how slow we have to go up in here, man? That's crazy, man. It's not like we can just go. But this is what I found in the exposed things under the water. Less than about 1 foot. If it's out here, we're going to see it. Got a little beater right there. Got a broken tip on it. Cool. Ancient. What we're looking for today. Just make them larger and more intact with better designs, I guess. But the thing is, the truth is it's up to us to find it. It's already out here. We just got to find it, guys. Yeah, but there's the truth of it. I mean, all this stuff that I found so far, these 2 pieces were covered up in mud and silt. Almost entirely. I just recognized the shapes. And a little bit of the white was showing, so that's proof right there. If it's out here, man, we're going to see it. But we got to get there first, right? We got to get there, man. The heck? Man, I'm definitely seeing the light. I was saying the light. Because of something like that, man. I'm seeing the white today. It's real nice out here, though. It always has been real nice, you know, when it comes to the scenery out here. I mean, it's always been nice, especially with the heavenly sands and the heavenly light and stuff like that. But I don't come out here like I used to because of the extra development all like that. People are always out here. Not to mention that they're out here. It's like on every single gravel bar, even up in the waters and stuff like that, it's the same garbage that they leave behind. I mean, the one we just left, it's nothing but Red Bull cans, Modelo cans, little tiny bags of potato chips, you know, Ruffles and that kind of thing. They're all over the last gravel bar. So they don't take their garbage out. They come out to chill with the dog from behind the neighborhood and they just leave their garbage. I've never seen that much garbage out here, ever. Ever. Man, look at that glow. You're gonna say you should have found at least 5 white ones. I already found one. It's in my right hand, a little tiny thing. I'm going to break it out in a minute. Yeah, this little beater right here. This little beater. This is the quality of stuff we get out here. Look at that. It's single-faced, made from a flake. Yeah, and then that's it right there. A dang reflector and some kind of electrical thing. You know what those things are, the caps for the light. Heck yeah, look what I just found. That thing was sitting right up in the water too, man. Hold on. Even the ones with orange on it could be something. Oh, that's a big chunk for real. Man, we might find more than just a few, guys, when it comes to white ones. It's been a while since I found a masterpiece like this out here. I know it's Georgia Boy style quartz. Hold on. But that thing, boy. Look at that, fully intact. Now let me rephrase what I said earlier. This is the kind of stuff we get out here in this creek. Beautiful piece. Always got to pick up the white. You don't know how flat it's going to be or what, man. About dang time. Beautiful. Man alive. That was not a bad run at all through this little zone up in here. Kind of reminds me of the good old days out here. Man. Got some kind of little rough looking scraper. Cool. It's been busted. People standing around, they can listen all they want as I talk in the light. Here's a bottom one right there. Beautiful piece, man. And then you got this one. This one was the deepest one yet. I don't know how I saw this thing jammed up in the rocks under the ripples, because we know our stuff. Look at that thing. I know, Georgia Boy style, not Kentucky style. You get the white quartz and GA. You got another scraping device. It's busted though. I think that's one of their preformed blades or something. Another one. And then of course you got a little beater preform right here. Either that or it's rubbed off a little bit. Cool. Never out here have I ever recovered. Well, let me put it like this. Never ever coming out here for the past 5-6 years have the points ever outnumbered the number of pieces of pottery within the first hour and a half out here. What the heck is going on out here? Whatever it is, I'm liking it. How pretty. Look at the size of this honker that they were working on. Man, I don't know if that's like the point or if that's the bottom of some kind of blade or something they were working on. The whole top is whacked off, or one of the sides. Look at the work on that thing. Beautiful piece though. You can see how I saw it. Can't keep all the rocks. They're part of what makes heaven out here so heavenly. I have another one, hold up. I bet it's just a chunk off the old block. Because we don't find more mountains out here. Everything's always woodland. It's a fat thing, man. Look at that, man. Dang, underwater, that was like a Mora Mountain round base. But we know our stuff out here. It's all going to be Mississippian and woodland. Late woodland. At the oldest. Always has me wondering about the territories though. Like the culture differences. Man, look at that thing right there. I can stare into that all day. You're gonna say you haven't collected enough yet. You're right. Yeah, but that always has me wondering though about the differences, man. I mean, how come there's nothing out here that's older than like late woodland, you know? Where's the disconnect in history? Is that another preform with a stack on it? Probably it is. Little preform bird point right here. Can't take every single preform I find. That's a little cute one though. Yeah, but I mean, think about it. How come we never find that stuff out here though? Everything I hear as far as the native stuff goes is all going to be extremely, extremely modern stuff for the time periods that they are. I mean, was there some kind of crazy event? You know, was there something out here before that kept the paleo and the archaics from living out here, you know? Was the landscape different? Was there a giant lake, giant ocean? Was there something out here that kept them from living out here back then? I mean, because there's just a jump in the history. But 10,000 years, 13,000 years, a lot can happen in between those time frames, you know. It's nearly impossible for me to figure stuff out like that unless I had the time to do so, and I still never figure it out. There's another white piece. Look, it's got a smiley face on it. No pottery yet, except for that one little piece. That's weird. Yet another little preform right here. Look at that thing. It's practically done, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia boy style. Look at that. Little bird point not even made. See, that's like the 5th one I found today that has been like, I don't know, man. I got something to my right. I mean, over here to the side, I gotta take a look at. It's white, all right. It might be fully intact. Just a Pines jar. Oh, I see a crack mark on it. On the other side, it looks like it might be split in half. Hold on. Well, that's nothing. That's an optical illusion right there. Look at that. Dang, man. Everything they made out here was made of white quartz. I'm at the very end turnaround spot. I'm not going to go any further than what's up here, though, because it takes forever to get out. And it's going to take me forever to cover the rest of the way out here. And I'm going to stay confident that I'm going to find something else even more. No pottery yet, except for that one shard. Oh, would you look at that little thing? Fully intact. They led me all the way to the end out here to find the most intact thing all day, and it's perfectly white. I wonder if it's something that I said earlier. Talking about everything's going to be white and everything out here. Look at that. It's not even busted, man. Exactly. Most intact thing all day. Kind of. You know, we got some things that are about 1,000 years old. Maybe less, I don't know. Like this thing right here is from the 60s or 70s, maybe. Let's hope it's not going to be the only thing we're going to be, you know, the last thing we're going to recover today that's white and intact. Hardly even a scratch on her. Hey, I'm thinking about something though. It could be one or two things. You know, always got to put a spiritual swing on everything and think about some things like that. Only thing that we really recovered today as far as like modern human stuff Well, you know, the road reflector, I just left it up on the bank. It'd be cool to come back and find it later, kind of deal. You know, reflecting the times out here, kind of deal. But that fully intact little thing that we found a couple minutes ago, fully intact, and it looks exactly like a miniature version of a pot. What if there was a fully intact pot out here? A little one. They're not going to be large. All the large ones are going to be busted. Kind of like that point right there, that scraping device. But what if that was like, we made it past the threshold, we made it past something, and we found something that could be a precursor to something else. I totally missed. Okay, so I ran through the woods to get this far so I can work my way backwards, you know. And I missed a good portion of the creek, a very large portion of the creek. A lot of gravel bars, a lot of stuff on the sides kind of deal. And I skipped all that so I can make it up here and work my way backwards. What if there's something down there? And we had to find a precursor to it. You know, the laws of nature, they have a tendency to back things up and hold on to things for you to find later. Oh yeah, I know it's going to be a wonderful day when I come across one of these things right here, man. I don't come across them often, but when I do, I know it's going to be a blessed day for real when it comes to any kind of recovery. Man. But it's not this with the levels. That's what I always love to collect. Always trying to find more of these things. Little puzzle pieces of the pipes. Man, look at the colors on that one too, man. Boy. Definitely adding it to the art. I'm trying to collect these right here with the green and the different earth tones on them. And I'm just going to leave them as is. I'm just going to give them a spray of lacquer to make them shiny and just make it for what it is, you know. Beautiful. Well, I'm not going to make it as far as I was hoping to make it right up here, man. I'm trying to keep the eyes peeled for anything that's like round, small enough to add to a plastic bag, double bag that thing. Is that the top of a bowl? No. It's a piece of bark. No, but there's a massive log jam up here. Massive tree. Let's not call it a log jam. Let's call it a tree jam right up in here, man. Right in front of us. It's like the only thing I was meant to recover out here was the fully intact white thing they've been holding on to for the past 3 weeks. Fully intact white thing, all right. Seems like we're getting all the ones that were exposed. What a beautiful place. I'm hitting that right today when it comes to experience within the eyes. Is that my first piece of pottery in nearly 3 hours? If it's out here, we're going to see it. No, it's not, but I did find this. I don't know what it is. Some kind of stamp. Why would I even collect it? And then I found yet another white preform. Look at that thing. Look at the napping on that. There's the bottom right there. They whacked off the top. I'm going to keep that one too. That's like the 4th preform I'm keeping today. Man, that crazy for real, man. Same gravel bar. Same gravel bar, man. First one since the very beginning. Boy, is that ever a cracker thin piece right there. Can almost pass for a piece of bark. And then you got another one right here. 2 almost right next to each other, man. And we haven't seen one single sort of pottery since the very beginning of the day. Oh, there's a board over here. Hold on. Man, they're making me believe there's going to be some kind of pots. Man, look at all the gravel being hit right with the sun out here. In the waters of eternity. Yeah, but there's the log jam right there, the tree jam. Oh boy. I mean, all I gotta do is just go a little bit further past that, and then I gotta turn around. It's just got art on it. We'll never know now. Any Templar writings on it? I know you guys out there are saying, man, you're so nonchalant about the Templars and all and everything. It's almost as if you know something. I mean, everybody else will try to be pushing their agenda. Whatever's fake. I'm looking, man. I'm looking. I'm always looking. Always looking. They're going to say you were a Templar knight, a knight of Christ, and won your lives. That's why we said that's not your blade, because we're actually looking for your blade. And it's here in GA. That's why we said find your grave. Because there could be a Knights of Christ grave in the state of GA. Where's that white thing at? There it is. He said flat? Yes, flat. Probably another busted blade. It is, man. Look at this beautiful stuff out here, man. Jeez. Love the white quartz out here. Love the lights. Something's green up in here. No, it's just one of them rocks, I think. Yeah, it's just one of these things, I think. Yeah, these points out here are unmistakable. Let me ask him. Am I looking for the wrong blade? Let me ask that again. Am I looking for the wrong blade? Why do people keep running over the strips on the side of the road? Every time I ask a question. What blade am I supposed to be looking for? Is it my blade that I'm looking for? Or is it the spear of destiny that I'm looking for? They're talking right here. They're talking right here. Right in front of me. With their frequencies. It picked up right here. Literally like right here. Like a speaker. Alright, let me just keep on going. I'll have to figure this stuff out later. Time's ticking when it comes to life though. Beautiful place. I've always loved coming out here. A lot of places I go to, always love coming out. You get the best of all worlds in places like this. You get the scenery. You get the history. You get the smells of it. All seasons. Even in wintertime it smells out here. You get to see the depths of time for the first time. Every time you come out, something's going to be different. Even when it comes down to disasters like this. Yeah, if I can just get around this. I mean, they're going to try to seduce me to get on the other side over there. On the other side of the road, they're going to try to be like, there's more over here. Oh man, how many times have I gone to the other side and covered a good portion to find nothing at all? And that's where it comes from. That's where it begins with. Look at that, we just found another preform. That one's almost completely finished. Another one, guys, that's almost completely done out here. It's got that bevel. Not hard at all. I know they're trying to seduce me to get to the other side. Man. Well, because I think I know exactly where half these logs and half these trees came from on the other side of the road. You know, I say this quite a bit in places like this. It's never been like this out here before. I'm trying to get out of here, man. I'm stuck. I'm going down to almost the knees in this gravel. Alright, this kind of unnecessary roughness out here, or necessary roughness, man. There should be something like right up in this thing. You're gonna say slow down, you're going too fast. Oh, that looked like a little fish. All right, let me get to looking, man. And I still have a lovely long way to go behind us. So we're definitely going to be packing it full. Oh boy, how do I explain this? Well, and this entire thing right here, all the way to the end up in here. Dang right, I found something. Hold on, I'm looking back at a different kind of angle. Man, that's a hard one to swallow for real. After all this, all the way to the bitter end, man. And that is all. I know you're going to say, but we thought you just said you found something. I did. And it's exactly what I was expecting. Just not in this format. Dang right, they were trying to lead us to a fully intact pot. Fully intact indeed. Hey, check this out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the frying pan. I could probably use it if it's big enough to make handprint disc and stuff out of cement. You know, put my treasures and stuff inside that I pray will last thousands upon thousands of years, tens of thousands, for, you know, many planetary beings to find later. But get a load of this thing right here. I just passed right in the same spot where I said I love the earth so much, you know, how comforting it is. Get a load of this optical illusion thing right here. Hold on. I don't want to slip and fall in. I don't know if it's broken or not right here. Hold on. Would you look at that? Oh, it comes off. Okay. Shaped like a heart. What you know about that? Thank you, Mother Nature. Dang, bro. Check out this rock I just found. It was right next to this soul in the water. Man. Look at that thing. Ready for the art. It's almost like it fell right off, you know what? Check the back side. Check the bottom. Shut up. Is that artistic enough to keep? I mean, that side is. For real, that is. But look at this rock. It was like practically right next to this thing in the water. Never found a rock like this out here before. Look at those Metatron lines. All those geometries. All those layers, those levels. Look, even the base is ready to sit down. And then the other side, man, look at those layers. It's like you just lift them right off. But look at that. That is one cool looking rock right here. You're gonna say add it to the bag? Why? So it can break right on through? That is one fancy design rock right here. Man, look at those. Whole thing is right. Imagine that as a display. Don't want any layers falling off. Something might have a design on it. Almost stepped on it. Everything's covered in silt in some locations. Top of a bowl, I think. Bingo. Beautiful piece. Some kind of scratch design, I think. Well, there goes the Fulians hat bowl we've been looking for. Goes quite nicely with the yellow one I found out here about 4 years ago. Cook's Tools. Cook's Tools or something like that. Did you know about that? Always nice to find stuff like this Fulians hat, man. Ain't nothing like it. Yeah, man. I have no idea where that last piece came from or what it's doing out here, man. I just got finished talking in the beginning how you're never going to find any kind of transitional paleo or anything out here. Boy, did they shut my butt up big time. First time I ever find anything like that out here, ever. A masterpiece, man, a masterpiece. Dang skimpy, we're having a dang good day. Probably one of the best days I've ever had out here. And we're just beginning with the second part of it. The part that I just skipped over. To try to make it easier on us. What else are we going to find today? A lot of white for real. And a lot of them are intact. No, that's not one. It's that real, I'll just take and recover it as they're still making it stash, you know. I mean, the second I even do something, it's going to break off. About dang time, I finally found my first piece of metal. Ready to add this thing to the art. Beautiful. Are you the one I saved a long time ago? A long ways from here. Oh no, you're new. What's in your pocket here? Would you like something, some money or something? A character. Everything always needs to be saved. What's on your back? Oh, it's the power. People saw me out here, man. They would think I'm crazy. There we go, little lady. Welcome to heaven. I like your nails, they're cool. What happened to your other leg? She said, don't ask. Fine, I won't. There we go, you can always look up at the sky. Yeah, man, it's still deep up in here. I mean, look at this. That's piled up leaves right there too, man. I can't be wasting time trying to figure out how to get past something like this, and I'm sinking with every step I take, man. Look at this. This can be a dangerous hobby. And we're practically right there too. I can't get steady ground though. Well, I got one bag left, thanks to the third one that I found when I first started today. I knew I was going to end up using it for something. Let's go ahead and do a little community service. People come out from behind the subdivisions instead of picking up the trash and showing love to Mother and Father Nature. They just stack them up. Let's go and get these things out of here. Dang, Skimpy, we're finding a lot of things that we love collecting. Right behind people's houses. Footsteps all over the place. Doggy prints. People tossing around cans. Ain't nothing but a bunch of NPCs. Oh, it's a little bit busted. What am I talking about, man? Well, think about it. Everybody loves Coke bottles, right? Almost everybody. Because it's so local. But they're going to play around with other things. Except probably the most important piece in the growler bar. At the moment, that is. A nearly fully intact Coke bottle. And I have never ever found one that has an active crack in it either. Add it to the collection. Check this out. I'm collecting this also right here. Because it tells you a lot of proof, evidence on how everything is connected. Even day by day, everything is connected. You'll never believe it. Never found a rock like this out here, ever. Nice little triangle notch. Has a lot of meaning to me. And it links all the way back to yesterday. It's one heck of an apple. Looks like it'll last forever. That everlasting life. But it fooled the beavers or some kind of animal. Going to collect it for my little collection. But not this, it stays in heaven. Looks like we found a shield. I know it's just a cover. Look at that. Cover for a fire pit, I think. Exactly like a shield. Very nice indeed. Of course, there's no way you can get it out. I just want to see if the chain is still good. You're gonna say to Vince, you're gonna take that thing for a ride? It's kind of girly, but really though, there's no such thing as girly these days, is it now? Oh, they need some new tires for real though, man. They got them things bald. Them things are more bald than my head. Oh yeah, we're never gonna get it out. It's stuck between like a spot. That's cool though. 7 o'clock. Almost dark. Let's get the heck out of here. I told the great grandkids there's going to be a lot of stories to tell about this one. Take this as supposed to be. Look at this dash. Look at all the pipe parts that we found. I mean, look at them things. I feel another one coming on this winter time. Hey, it looks like a fender. A car fender. That's cool. Good design, guys. Good design. Yeah. All right. Kind of nifty when it comes to the art. Fully intact things over here, you know. Glad I can see them. Kind of buckle things, whatever. Push things to the side. Got some kind of lock. Garbage. Got that fully intact bowl we've been waiting on out there. It's not 4,000 years old. It's probably about maybe 40. That's all right, though. Cook's tools probably came from a restaurant. Looks like it could have been Chick-fil-A. But judging from the age of this, there couldn't have been restaurants in that area there in the 70s and 80s because there was nothing out there. And there wasn't up until 2010. Then things changed. You know, they tear down the old houses built back in 1909 and put up cluster houses. Wonder where the rest of this stuff is. Lucky enough to recover one of them, right? This thing right here happens to be a pencil sharpener. It was covered in mud earlier. Couldn't see a dang thing. Now I see the sharpeners. A pencil sharpener. You're going to say, we tried to tell you that before, man. Yeah, maybe you didn't. Cool. Animals have been chewing on a fake apple. They were faked out many times over. Not funny though. What if that's part of the design though? I mean, look at it. It's perfect. It's almost like this was designed like this. No, I'm not going to trash this thing. Look, nature has made it into a real art piece. Wait a minute. I mean, you're telling me I could take this back to the store and put it on the shelf at Michael's in the fake plant section. As long as I probably put a layer of clear coat on it. And what if I put a price tag on it? What if I took it to Goodwill and sell it as a as a fake apple that looks real, like you're trying to shave it? Huh. I bet it would sell too. Cool Coke bottle. Kind of busted. Yeah. Part of a car. Don't know why I kept it. I guess I got big plans for that. Got to use that 400 grit sandpaper on it first, try to make it look better. And then you got all the white stuff, man. All the white stuff. And then these are glass. These are not plastic. Still, probably bought online, Temu or something like that. Probably not. Could very well be from like the 1970s. It's got massive creek stain on it. Not like it's been sitting out there for 3 months. That looks older than that. But the string would have broke. The spandex thing would have broke. Little rubber band between them. Cool. Got the pottery. Nifty designs on them too. Just like the top of this bowl. Looks like an end of a sleeve to a shirt. A man's muscle shirt. There's the spandex end, short sleeve shirt. There's the part of the sleeve with design on it. Looks like it came straight out of 1991. Yeah, good design, guys. And then you got these things right here. The other rocks. A lot of broken ones today. Small, large, some kind of knife. They even try to make it look like a real knife. Some other preforms and stuff. Another knife. Been rounded off like crazy. Got that beautiful cutting edge on that side. And then this massive joker and preform. Still kind of sharp on the side. On the edge. Look at that. It's like razor sharp on that side. Cool. And then you got these things. Well, the better ones of the stash. The better ones. And then this thing right here, man. Talk about a story. And I talked about earlier today. How we never find anything older than probably late woodland. But boy, did I ever lie today. I didn't lie, though. It's not a lie. It was just because I never found anything older until today. Say hello to Dalton. Look at that. They even got the fracture lines from the flute they tried to put in it. But they were successful. Ancient piece. Oldest one out of that creek yet today. To date, whatever. Beautiful day. Beautiful day indeed. Oh, there was something I was meaning to show you. Compared to the day we had yesterday. Get a load of this thing right here. The little V shape. The gap. Get a load of this. Cool. Very nice notch, ladies and gentlemen. The very reason that I collected this today, to compare it to something that we've recovered yesterday during that exploring session out there. Came across that old school dump. Found some cool things. And then, of course, the tile. I got 4 of them. I'm going to try to figure out what to do with these things as soon as I clean them up a little bit. You already saw the video from just last night, yesterday. But this thing here, man, I try to tell you how things are connected when it comes to your days of your life. It's probably not going to be perfect. I see it already. But it's still very cool. Look at that. A crazy rock had the same exact design on it. Created by nature. And that's created by mankind. Well, a machine made it. But still, the similarities are striking. How things are connected. It's almost like every part of every day you got to look. You got to see, got to try to understand what might be just around the corner the very next day. Everything connects. But how would we ever know what it is? I mean, this is a dang floor tile. Some kind of tile to some tiling system or something. It's got screw holes, probably not a tile, something else. But still, man, let me go ahead and continue with this hobby. See you later.